What's going on, guys? I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about training rerolls, which are good, which are bad, and are they worth it at all? Now, before we even get into the content in this video, I'm just going to say, if you hear like a blowing noise or like a muffling noise in the background, I'm sorry, it's my fan. It's so scorching hot in my bedroom right now. YouTube comes above some things, but definitely not above a scorching hot bedroom. So the fan's staying on. I'm sorry. But hopefully it's not too much of a distraction. If you do enjoy this video, again, please leave a comment, please leave a like, and yeah, let's just get straight into it. Okay, so just like yesterday's video on the best packs in the store, please check out that video. Today we're going to be doing it from least to from worst to best in terms of how many coins and training I think you can make off of these training rerolls. And then I'll give my final opinion of how good they are at the end in general. So the first one and the absolute worst one is this 90 overall most feared player. Now the purpose of this isn't even to like make coins or make training. It's just so that you could pick whichever one you want. But honestly, you should just buy it for coins then. The amount of coins you're going to have to spend on this training is less than the amount of coins it takes to just buy whatever you want from the auction block, okay? So this is just a terrible, pointless pack. Not even going to spend much time on it. No purpose to it, really. Let's just move on to the next one. Okay, so the next worst one is this heavyweight 89 plus. Now, when we're talking about this, just like the packs one from yesterday, we're looking at risk reward, okay? And these training rerolls are a bit trickier with risk reward because there's no real percentages on them. But we can take the least thing you can get, the amount of loss you get from it if you pull the least thing, and the highest reward, okay? So that's what we base this off of. The least amount of training value you could get back from this, obviously an 89 overall, which is 3,150 training. You're spending 6,200, so obviously that would mean you lose 3,050 training if you pull the worst thing. That is by far the worst on the entire thing. That's the worst training reroll, so it's very, very risky. Your reward is 12,000. You could pull 12,000 training worth, but really, I mean, like, you're making double, but you have to pull. There's literally only one card in the entire thing that gives you that. And you could lose like 3,000 training. You could lose half of the training you spend. Just not worth it whatsoever. Not worth the risk. There are definitely better options out there. Okay, so the fourth best training reroll right now is the Veterans. Now that's as of just today. Veterans just got released today. But the least amount of training you can pull from these is 5,000. Which actually isn't terrible because you're spending 7,400 on it, which means you would only lose 2,400 training per time if you pull the absolute minimum, compared to heavyweights, which is almost over 3,000 training actually. This is not bad whatsoever. Still fourth because there are better options out there, but the highest reward you can get is also 12,000. So essentially there's no reason, there's no benefit why you wouldn't just pull these instead of heavyweights. The highest you can get is the same, and the lowest you can get is much more than heavyweights. So really no reason to pull heavyweights. Vets is the fourth best option, but in my opinion, they're still better to be bought. Okay, the third best training reroll in the entire game is this 89 plus flashbacks. This is pretty much tied with the next one we're going to cover, so second and third is kind of tied. Whichever one you want to try your luck with. The only reason why this comes third instead of second is the actual coin value of these cards happens to be lower currently than the next one we're going to go over. But still, the least you can pull is 3,150. But the thing is, you only spend 5,000. So you can only, like, the most you can lose is 1,800 training, which is almost the lowest out of any of these, other than the number one, which I'm going to go over obviously later. But yeah, 1,800 loss isn't even terrible when you're considering that you could pull 7,000 training out of this. Now, the only drawback with this is that 7,000 obviously isn't a crazy amount considering you're spending 5,000. Again, the profit margins aren't that high, but the amount of loss is like literally nothing. So, I mean, very, very low risk, kind of low reward, not gonna lie. That's why it's not number one, obviously. But, yeah, definitely solid to open these. Okay, the second best current training reroll in the entire game is the 89 plus Rising Stars. Now, these have the exact same numbers as the flashbacks do, just the cards happen to be going for more coins. That's why I put it second. But again, the least you can pull is 3,150 training worth. You would lose a maximum of 1,850 coins. Again, not that bad. And you can get 7,000 training as a reward. So yeah, if you're gonna open any of these, I just suggest mostly sticking away from heavyweights. Stick to these three: the vets, the flashbacks, and the Rising Stars. But I mostly should suggest the flashbacks and the Rising Stars just because they're less risk. Yeah, less reward, but I mean, I don't know. I don't like to be risky. Disagree with me if you want. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's get on to the number one best training reroll. So yesterday, the one for the packs, the number one was very close to the number two. The number two was very close to the number three. Today, this is by far the best in the game. Not even close. Shouldn't even be a debate. It's the 78 plus overall most feared player. Now, the stats for this, the least you can pull is 46 training, which sounds crap, and you'd be right. But the thing is, you'd only lose 379 training, because it only costs 425 to open, right? So your risk is like really low. And your reward, you'd think, well, the reward's probably crap. Do you realize you could pull 94 overall JC Horn from this? That goes for like 500,000 coins. Like, literally, you could pull limiteds from this. You could pull 90 overalls from this. You could pull 92 overalls from this. So for the other ones, we were talking about the reward being about like 12,000. That's the maximum you could pull. If we're going off of that same logic, you could pull 30,000 training worth in this, right? So to me, this is the best. You take the lowest amount of risk literally possible, and you could pull some of the best things possible. Now, the chances you pull those things, pretty low, but even if you can make it like an easy, let's just say you pull an 85 overall, you're still making training, right? And it's not much risk at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to stick with the tradition I created from last video and just open one. Let's see what we get. Nothing amazing. 81 overall. So what does that get us? That gets us 160 training. So we actually got really unlucky. Well, you know what? That's okay. Like I said, it's all up to luck. But, yeah. Now let's just get into my final opinion and about all these training rerolls, actually. Okay, so my entire opinion on training rerolls is actually kind of unique. So I actually think they're better than opening packs, but worse than just like not doing them, if that makes sense. So to me, instead of opening packs, you should be doing these if you want to like take a risk, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people try to take a risk to get something big because they need some coins, you know what I mean? I'd go for these. They're much cheaper than packs, and you tend to get better stuff out of them, guaranteed. Whereas packs, you could pull an 81 overall as your best card, and it wouldn't be shocking. So I suggest just sticking with this. Now, the thing is, are they worth it to do? Doing a few of these 425 training rerolls, I actually suggest doing them. Just in case you get really lucky, and like, why not? It's kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie. You know, you just get some spare elites from somewhere, you do the Legends challenges and get those 86 overalls. You just wanna, you know, get lucky or try to get lucky. I'd just try to do these to fulfill that need, but really, all the other ones I don't highly suggest doing. They just cost, again, too much coins for a risk to take. Same sort of thing with packs. Just packs you get ripped off even more by, I feel. Let me know your opinion about this in the comments, but that's going to be it for this video. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out. Again, if it does, please leave a comment, please leave a like, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace